So for my cross-culture interviews, I had the opportunity of speaking with three wonderful people from various backgrounds. One of them is Mexican American, the other is Puerto Rican American, and the third is African American. Um, and I had a wonderful time learning about their culture and them as a cultural being. My first interview was with a friend of mine who lives out in California, and he is Mexican American. And so I got an interesting perspective on what it was like to not only be a Mexican American in the United States, but also be a Mexican American on the other side of the country where I'm from. Learning stuff that he does over there in California that might not be seen by someone over here in Florida. He spoke heavily on the ideas of the traditions celebrated in Mexican culture, and I also found a lot of similarities between his answers and my second interview with an older gentleman who was Puerto Rican American when it came to the mental health questions. Both of them definitely described that there is machismo, which is definitely that male personality trait of I'm tough and I don't need to seek help, which can really hurt not only that individual but the family when there might be a serious mental health issue laying out in front of them. I also really enjoyed my second interview with the Puerto Rican American gentleman. He had some very interesting stories about his time being in the military and his early adulthood, facing many different acts of discrimination and racism through people in the military, and also once he started becoming a homeowner and moving into more white populated neighborhoods. And finally, my third interview was with an African American gentleman, and he shared similar sentiments about stories of when he was joining the police academy and being told that by his lieutenant that was training him that no one black has ever passed under his training and that he wouldn't be the first. Fortunately, though, he definitely prevailed and managed to become an officer and has had a wonderful career. One of the things he mentioned with that person in his life, that lieutenant that discriminated him, was he appreciated that at least he was forefront with his beliefs and that he knew what he was dealing with. He definitely talked to me about the pain he feels when there are people that are being discriminatory or racist through non-direct actions or behaviors, that you're constantly looking behind your back or is someone trying to mess with him. So I think what made him feel more comfortable in that situation with his lieutenant was that he knew that, hey, this person's already putting my back against the wall and now I need to prove them wrong. And that some people don't do that. They try to be more discreet with it, which is more uncomfortable, as he described. Overall, though, I had a wonderful experience. I learned a lot about both or all three of their individual cultures. I learned a lot about them as a cultural being and as a person, and I feel like I grew stronger bonds with them in our own relationships as I got to know more about who they are as an individual.